Ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to room 3. This is the place where we learn and have fun. Last term we did 2 big projects. We did lots of reading, writing, and practice our math skills.
There was a miller who had 3 sons. When he died, he left them everything he owned.
I own this mill, I will be a miller.
The donkey minds. He can work for me.
The only thing that I earn is this old cat.
Meow.
We have no home, Puss. What are we going to do?
Meow.
Then the youngest son, surprised, the old cat began to talk.
You have always been kind to me, so do as I say from now on, and I will make you a fortune. Get me a hat, a pair of boots, and a bag.
The youngest son did as he was told.
Where could I get it from? I got an idea.
Now I own Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots hurried off with the bag over his shoulder. At last he stopped at a field and pulled up a carrot.
I'll put the bag down here on the ground with the carrot inside and hide behind this bush until a rabbit comes along.
Soon a rabbit hopped into the bag and Puss in Boots pulled the string tight.
Gotcha now. I will take you to the king. I know he likes rabbit stew.
Off went Puss in Boots to the king's palace.
This is a present from my master, the Marquis of Caribous. Oh!
Meow.
I am very pleased with this present. I like rabbit stew. Thank your master.
Every day Puss in Boots took more presents to the king. He said that they were 2 from his master, the Marquis of Caribous. Puss in Boots had a plan to make his master's fortune.
Go down to the river for a swim. If anyone talks to you, say you are the Marquis of Caribous. I'm going to hide your clothes.
No sooner had the youngest son waded into the water when the king's coach came came along.
Help! Help! My master, the Marquis of Carabas, is drowning, and his clothes have been stolen. Stop the coach! Stop the coach! Save that young man in the river! Don't let him drown!
The men ran to save the younger son from the water.
Lend him some of the king's clothes from the box on the back of the coach to help him dress.
Yes, Your Majesty. When the miller's son was dressed, he looked very fine indeed.
Father, do let the young man ride with us.
Marquis, come and join us.
On our trip around our kingdom.
He looks handsome.
He climbed into the coach and sat beside the beautiful princess. In the meantime, Puss in Boots had raced off ahead of the coach.
Soon he came to some men who were cutting corn in a field.
When the king passes this way, tell him this cornfield and all of this land belongs to the Marquis of Carabas.
Yes, we will do
just as you say.
A little while later, the king's coach came to the cornfield and stopped.
Who owns this cornfield and all the land?
It all belongs to our master, Marquis of Carabas.
You own a lot of land.
By now, Puss in Boots had reached a huge castle which was the home of a cruel giant.
I have been told you can turn yourself into anything you wish.
Be as big, just watch me roar! Roar!
Puss in Boots tried not to show how frightened he was of the fierce lion.
That was amazing, but could you turn into a tiny mouse? That would be harder.
That's not hard, I can do that.
In a flash, the giant turned himself into a tiny mouse and scuttled across the floor.
Good! Now I can catch him and eat him up.
Just as Puss in Boots was washing his paws, he heard the king's coach stopping at the castle door.
Welcome to the home of my master, the Marquis of Carabas.
Please stay for dinner.
The king and the princess enjoyed the food and the wine.
Please let me marry your beautiful daughter. Oh, Father, you must say yes.
I am delighted that you want to marry my daughter.
The miller's youngest son and the princess were married the very next day and they lived happily ever after with their cat, the clever